Hello and welcome back to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be talking about the worst cities to visit in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got a list of them.
We have a list of them. Recently, The Telegraph did a scientific study.
Mate. Scientific.
Yeah, a scientific study of the worst places to visit in the UK.
It's visit, not live. Yeah.
It's visit, not live.
You can live in there is great. Visiting, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it says
it's an outsider's perspective, isn't it? It's like someone.
Well, I guess if you figure like the cost of living, there might not be so much to do, but it's peaceful enough, and the cost of living is low.
And these are cities, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not just like villages or random towns or whatever, are they?
No, I think it's just cities.
Yeah.
It was a ranking
You're going to read them out soon.
Yeah. So you're going to react. We're both going to react, but I just feel like my reaction is going to be a little bit less because I probably don't know where a lot of these places are.
We'll figure it out.
I'm hoping you do. But no, I think that, it was a ranking of like 69 cities. Is that all the cities in Britain? Do you know how many?
I don't know how many off the top of my head.
They're very like careful in Britain about like, what qualifies a city and a town and a village
you can apply
and a
for city
hamlet.
status. Yeah, because you can apply for city status. Like my hometown is a town.
Are there benefits of being a city?
I think so. I think there's got to be some sort of benefit.
Some sort of governmental benefits.
Yeah, because my hometown of Torquay has been trying to be a city for a while now, because they've encompassed...
Oh, yeah? Oh, it's not considered a city?
No, it's just a town.
Oh.
Because you've got the town of Torquay, and then you've got Paignton and Brixham, and they're all in, like, the around, the C shape. You know? So all of those combined are known as Torbay, Yeah. It's called Torbay, That's how everybody... I live in Torbay. And so they want to, like, call Torbay the city,
Yeah.
And just include Paignton and Brixham.
New York City style, yeah. Paignton and Brixham.
Paignton and Brixham.
As if it's similar at all to New York City.
As if it's similar at all to New York City. I mean, you've been to Brixham. That looks exactly like Battery Park.
Bronx.
The Bronx. But yeah, no, it's... I don't know if they actually achieved it, but they've applied, I think, and I think they've got the knockback because they're like, it may have to do with like, how many people are living there. If your population's over, I don't know, 100,000, then you're a city.
Maybe you get more funding for like,
probably, yeah,
tourism or something, like to promote your city elsewhere in the world if you're considered
a tourist destination.
But I mean to promote it like elsewhere around the world if you're considered a city.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just completely guessing that. I have no idea.
In Britain, Torquay is well known as a tourist destination for like, it became fashionable in the Victorian era of people with problems and stuff like that could go there to get the sea air and
people
be cured.
With problems.
Any kind of problem. If you
have a problem, go to Torquay.
Yeah, it was like, I'm going to send you to Torquay because you'll be cured by the sea air.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
That was kind of anywhere around any seaside town, though, wasn't it?
It's like,
go to the sea.
Go to the English Riviera.
Cures all.
It'll cure all. Anyway, back to the cities.
Yeah, so in its report, the Telegraph said, and this is in quotation marks, our top 10 is aimed at visitors first and residents second. So basically, it's just like judging these cities on, I think they had like 25 criteria in 4 categories: transport, culture and heritage, and green spaces. Yeah, so they ranked 69 of them. We're just going to...
we're not going to be here all day doing this.
For time's sake, we're just going to do, like... We were going to do, like, the 10 worst. But then I saw a city as, like, I think it was the number 12. Number 12. Number 12. That I was like, that's considered like the 12th worst city. So it became 12 because I wanted to talk about
Okay.
Number 12. Okay. So the worst city Number 69, worst city to visit in Britain is Carlisle.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to Carlisle since I was a little boy.
Where is Carlisle?
It's at the very top of England.
Okay.
Right by the Scottish border. Well, not right by it, but, you know, it's the last city before Scotland, you know?
Yeah.
Before the, what are they called? The barbarians.
Oh my god.
The barbarians, you know. I mean, it's past Hadrian's Wall and all that because, you know, it's, but Carlisle, yeah, everybody in the UK will go, Carlisle? Why?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to Carlisle. Why?
Because the only time I've ever been there... No, granted, I've never explored the city.
Yeah.
I've only been at the train station, and the train station wasn't much. My mother fell in Carlisle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've told you that.
She
fell on the train bridge at Carlisle.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like this gravelly stuff, and, you know, she just went down.
Oh, no.
Injured her knee a bit, you know.
Oh, gosh. Did we,
But yeah, so it might be a lovely town. I don't know.
Well, apparently not.
Carlisle Tourist. Well, Carlisle Tourist Board need to get on it.
No, what is it? Okay, so they said the criteria was transportation. So there's obviously not great public transportation, I guess.
I mean, it's
Carlisle.
It's not really surrounded by. It's quite way up there in Northumberland. Yeah.
There's not green spaces, I guess. So yeah,
well, not green spaces. I mean, not in the city, maybe, but
yeah. Number 68 is Wakefield.
Oh, that's in Yorkshire.
Do we know where Wakefield is? Wakefield.
Isn't it in Yorkshire? Wakefield. I mean, I've never been there, but
I'm guessing there's just nothing to do. I guess.
Just nothing to do.
Yeah.
The city. They're called a city, but there's nothing. You can't do anything.
It's only good. I mean, at least the criteria wasn't like, I thought these were going to be like, based on, you know, I don't know, crime, how many tourists are like
crime, yeah,
pickpocketed or whatever, you know, like.
There's just nothing to do in Carlisle and Wakefield. There's nothing to do there. I can't think of anything that springs out. It's like, oh yeah, we'll go to Wakefield to visit the big sausage man or whatever. You know? I don't know.
The big sausage.
Well, there you go. Something to think about for Wakefield. They could build a big sausage man.
The next one is Bradford.
That's in West Yorkshire,
right? Doesn't that have something to do, like, wasn't that somewhere around where, like, the Yorkshire Ripper was killing everyone?
That's where he was from, I think.
Yeah, so it's like, don't go there unless you want to get
Don't go murdered. There unless you want to be the Yorkshire Ripper. I think he would... Oh, was he from Halifax? I'm not sure. Yeah, but
we
Bradford...
watched that thing. He killed people around Bradford somewhere.
He killed people around Bradford, yeah. And it's not really... There's nothing to do there but kill people, so... As Bradford people probably already know.
Yeah, so not great for tourists.
Not great for tourists.
The next one is St. Asaph. I have never in my life heard of this place. Asaph.
Asaph. I don't even know where that is, actually. There you go.
We might have to look it up real quick.
We'll just pause here and look it up, shall we? So we just looked it up.
Yeah.
And it's in Wales. It's in
Wales?
It's in North Wales, yeah.
Oh.
And actually that just reminded me that how they become cities and stuff. It's got a cathedral.
Oh.
If you've got a cathedral, you're a city.
Oh,
if you've just got a church, then...
Does Turkey have a cathedral?
I don't think so. It has a bunch of churches, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a cathedral, but that's the old way of doing it. It was like if you had a cathedral, then city time.
That's a big draw.
You're in the city now. You know.
Yeah.
It's the second smallest city in the United Kingdom.
In
terms of population in the urban area.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard it. We were all over Wales this past summer and fall. Getting stuck in all manner of towns and cities, and I don't recall ever hearing that one. So.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I mean, we did go around North Wales. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on in the series.
Yeah,
the podcast series.
Yes, yeah.
But we got.
So number 65, worst.
Worst.
They ranked number 65, and I have heard of this place, Doncaster.
Oh, that's in Yorkshire.
That's in the north also, isn't it?
It's in Yorkshire, yeah.
I mean, I feel...
Nothing to do there again.
I feel bad. It's just
nothing to do there. But of course, there might be people who live in Doncaster who are going, hey, you haven't lived till you've been to Doncaster.
Yeah. There are.
You haven't lived till you've been to this.
What do you mean? There's nothing to do there.
Yeah.
There's cows. I don't
think there's much cows in Doncaster.
But I feel bad because it's just like, I mean, what are they thinking that? And maybe people do.
It's just kind of like green parks and stuff like
that. I guess
that,
we kind of did it, didn't we?
What?
When we were on our trip, we kind of like were looking at the map like, oh, where all do we want to go? Where should we go? Maybe there's people who just go, oh, Doncaster, that looks like a city. We should go there. Yeah. And then they get there and they go, actually,
nah.
There's nothing
to do here.
Just a cathedral.
Yeah, Doncaster Cathedral. Maybe that's that. Oh, you should go. Well, you love all that anyway.
What?
We're gonna have to get you financed and
what?
And send you on a tour of all the cathedrals.
Oh yes,
because she's a sucker for a cathedral.
Yeah, I do love a cathedral. Yeah,
she's got her new glasses on now, so she's gonna be able to see them.
The next one is Salford.
That's in Manchester.
Salford.
Greater
Manchester.
Know
it? You've heard of it?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I just thought of Saltburn.
Saltburn.
I was like, Salford. Oh no, not Saltburn.
I think it's around where it's in Greater Manchester area, and I think it's popular because, well, I mean it's worse, but I think that's mostly where Old Trafford is actually, isn't it, in Salford?
What's Old Trafford?
Manchester United Stadium.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so it's like a suburb.
It's like suburb of Greater Manchester. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of I don't know why it would be the worst. There's nothing to do there. I mean, you can go see Manchester United.
Close enough to Manchester, yeah.
If you're a Manchester United fan and not a Man City fan, of course.
Yeah. The next one I have heard of, Kingston upon Hull.
Kingston upon Hull.
I don't know where it is though.
Up in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Poor Yorkshire. They're taking some hits on this.
Yeah, they're taking some hits on this one because...
this review or
I mean,
whatever.
People go, Yorkshire's nothing because there's nothing to do there. But it's like...
It's supposed to be very beautiful. We haven't
Kingston upon Hull is very beautiful.
I was going to say, we haven't been to Yorkshire. We have been to Yorkshire.
We've been to York.
We've been to York.
Yeah, West Yorkshire.
Yeah, but I mean, everything I hear about Yorkshire, it sounds very beautiful. It's just like, what do you need to do? I mean, the criteria, again, in case we need a reminder, was transport, culture, heritage, and green spaces.
Yeah, this is like what, from the Telegraph, isn't it?
The Telegraph, yeah.
A lot of, they're targeting, because the Telegraph is quite biased in favour of a political party that doesn't like the North, shall we say.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Yeah, they're going to take aim.
So they're like, put all the northern cities.
Put all the northern cities, put like Yorkshire.
Yeah, I mean transport. All right, maybe because Yorkshire's a big farming county. It's a county, right?
There's several counties in Yorkshire.
Oh.
There's no Yorkshire county. It's
what is it then? What do you
there's west
area?
It's an area, region.
Region.
Yeah. So you've got West Yorkshire, you've got South Yorkshire, you've got East Riding of Yorkshire.
But it's a big farming.
Yeah.
Area, right?
Oh yeah, region. Yeah. It's the lifeblood of Britain, I'd say, or England.
So transport, I'm trying to think, there's trains pretty much everywhere. I don't know if they mean, I don't know what they mean by transport.
Because they're in the country. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know there's no underground rail system. I don't know if it's a very London-esque view of this.
But I would think culture and heritage. I would think they have a strong heritage in Yorkshire.
So it's like a different planet.
Yeah. And green spaces. I mean.
Oh, yeah, I mean... The Yorkshire Moors.
I mean, we're saying this. We've never been to Kingston upon Hull. Maybe people in Kingston upon Hull are like, there's no green spaces here.
What are you talking about, lad?
Yeah. The next one is Bangor. And I do know where that is.
Yes, you do know where that is.
Thanks to the Beatles. The Beatles put that one on my map, on my radar.
It's quite, I think it's the biggest city in North Wales.
But we've never been there.
No, we've been through there on a train.
I did think about going there when we were having our journey around Wales. I thought, should we stop in Bangor? But I don't really know what there is to see beyond,
the university.
Without the Maharishi.
I mean, they were just at Bangor University,
Yeah.
And they got the train up there.
That's, for anybody who's wondering, the Beatles connection, that is where they met the Maharishi.
And that's where they were when they heard the news of their manager's death.
Brian Epstein. Yes. The next one is Sunderland.
Sunderland.
I do know where that is.
Where is it?
It's, like, by Newcastle, isn't it?
Tyneside. Yeah. Or Teesside. Is it Tyne? Yeah, it's Tyneside, I think, yeah.
They have a football team, don't they?
Yeah.
Sunderland?
Yeah, Sunderland.
It's just like, so surely there's that to do.
Sunderland, yeah. I mean, again, this is a northern city.
Yeah. Bangor's a northern city, too.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything all across the north. There's nothing to do up there. Yeah, wow.
What's the next one? Probably Newcastle, is it?
The next one is Derby.
Oh, that's actually we're getting into the middle of England. That's middle England.
Where is it? Because I thought that was kind of north also.
it's in the middle. Yeah, it's in like the Peak District around there.
Okay.
Derby, yeah, it's near Leicester.
It's still northish.
It's north.
It's not the south.
Slightly north of Birmingham.
Oh God. Yeah, you're making me look at this now. We'll have to see when we get to the
best city.
When we get to the best cities, if they're all along this.
Yes, the best city is,
Portsmouth or something.
Reading. Portsmouth, yeah.
The next one, number 59, rank number 59 is Aberdeen. Again in the north.
Yeah, again in Scotland.
Very, very north.
Aberdeen.
It's the only Scottish city, though, is it? Yeah. It's the only one in the worst.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say Aberdeen is pretty bad. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually been there.
Yeah.
Not even through it.
Yeah.
Because it's on the east coast of Scotland.
I mean, I haven't ever heard,
and I was more on the west coast,
I haven't heard anything bad, but I don't recall ever hearing anybody go, oh, you should go to Aberdeen for,
I mean,
this or that,
the thing is,
really
people say it's subjective, isn't it?
Yes.
You could go to Kingston upon Hull and you could be like, oh, I love this city,
yes.
man.
Yeah.
Aberdeen, oh, yeah. Great stuff.
Okay, so...
Don't know what they're talking about.
Yes. I mean, we went around Scotland too, and I didn't see too many places that I wasn't in awe of.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, we only spent a day in Glasgow, but you weren't that thrilled by it.
Glasgow, oh yeah.
Yeah, you were a little bit like...
But again, like you just said, that was subjective. That was just me because it was so city-like.
So city-like,
Which is funny because it's just we're talking about cities, and some people love cities, but it was just such a generic, in a way, modern city. It was too modern for me.
Too modern
for me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean,
some people would be like, Glasgow, modern, okay,
Yeah. There were a lot of hills in Glasgow.
But, I like to see old stuff in Britain.
Yeah.
Old things.
Yeah.
Show me old things. Okay, so the reason, to round out our bottom 12 worst cities to visit, and the reason we did 12 and not 10 is because rank number 58 is Cardiff.
Yeah.
I like Cardiff.
Yeah, you've been to Cardiff, haven't you?
Yeah. That's the only one on this list that I've been to, I think.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like it. It's quite a nice city.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
There's
a castle right in the middle of it.
There's a castle. There's a museum. Like, what in the world?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's I don't know what these people are looking for.
Transport?
Transport is, it's a university town. The problem is, what, are they going to have Bristol on here?
It's what kind of transport do you need? If you've got legs...
It's a university town, so there's going to be a lot of public transport because of students. Students aren't really necessarily driving.
Yeah.
The younger ones, they're going to need a bus, they're going to need a train,
Yeah. So,
they're not going to be, they can't afford Ubers,
Okay, so we just did the bottom 12 worst cities. Now we're going to do the top 12 best cities.
Okay. Let's do it.
So number 12, we'll work our way to the number 1.
Okay, yeah.
Number 12, I maybe have heard of this place, but I'm not sure, and I definitely don't know where it is. Litchfield?
Oh, yeah, I don't know exactly where it is. I've heard of it.
You have to look it up again.
Look it up again.
Give us a moment.
Oh, it's in Staffordshire.
Oh, so where's Staffordshire? Oh, I know where Staffordshire is.
It's on the Welsh border.
Okay,
well, not Litchfield isn't, but Staffordshire is, actually, Staffordshire isn't actually on the Welsh border.
Is it considered like the Midlands?
No? It's half Midlands, half North,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Litchfield. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, it's a cathedral city. There you go.
It's number 12
Cathedral
of the best...
City, the cheese. That's where they get it from. It's Cathedral City.
Okay. It's the best. It's number 12th best city in Britain to visit. Mm-hmm. So there we go. And listen.
Samuel Johnson's from there.
I have no idea who that is.
First authoritative dictionary of the English language. Okay. Dr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He wrote the first English dictionary.
You know what I just realized when you were looking that up just now? There's not a lot are there any cities or towns with the same name throughout Britain?
No. I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Because you have that here in the United States.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a huge country.
Yeah.
You're going to have a Portland, Oregon and a Portland, Maine. You're going to have a...
Yeah.
Interesting. Although Austin, I don't know if there's an Austin.
I kind of think there is, but I'm not positive. I think I have looked it up before, but I'm not certain about that. Okay, back to the list. Number 11, the number 11th best city to visit.
Oh, yes.
London. Can you believe it's number 11?
Number 11.
It didn't even make the top 10.
Yeah, I mean... It's very sprawling now, London, it's like...
I know this is kind of controversial, I guess, especially for people who live in Britain, but I really like London. I think it's a really nice, pretty clean city. Lots and lots to do. Good...
Tourist areas,
good transportation, great transportation, easy to get around.
Yeah. You just love that, the monument, didn't you?
I guess it's quite expensive, but they don't have...
massive monument to the Great Fire of London.
They,
that just makes London for you, doesn't it?
One of their rankings is not cost, I don't think. Otherwise, I would say...
Costly,
it's quite expensive.
It's expensive. Especially central London.
But, yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit surprised about that, but number 10, the number 10 best city to visit is Worcestershire.
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 Worcester?
It's Worcester, yes.
Worcester, yeah.
Yeah. Worcestershire is
the county, yeah.
County, yeah.
Like Warwick.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Worcester.
Yeah. Worcestershire.
Yes.
Worcester, never been to Worcester. Worcester sauce, though. You can't beat it.
Didn't we do a podcast about Worcester?
No?
We didn't? Oh, I don't know. I thought that we were looking at it and it was like, oh, it had some interesting points.
Maybe we did.
I mean, it's on the top. It's the number top 10.
We've done a lot of podcasts. I think this is number 700, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we're just we're just generating them, cranking them out.
The number 9 best city to visit is Canterbury.
Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that.
Yeah, where's that? It's in Cambridgeshire, isn't it? Canterbury? Oh, Kent!
It's funny because...
Why do you think Cambridgeshire? No.
It's funny because a lot of the top places to visit are the actual, I think, top tourist destinations.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think they're ranking it on that. I mean...
I mean, because Canterbury's got a cathedral, Canterbury Cathedral,
well,
World Heritage Site. Yeah, I think that they're the best cities are the places where notable people were born, like Lichfield being Samuel Johnson. Canterbury, the Canterbury Tales and the World Heritage Site, Chaucer.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're measuring it on culture and heritage points, transport points, nature and green spaces points. This also says hospitality and amenities points. So, which is important if you're a tourist. You need to have places to stay,
Amenities, hospitalities.
And I guess depending on how you're traveling and how long you're traveling, you might need, places to wash your clothes and stuff like that. That would be considered amenities, I suppose. Number 8 is Ripon.
Ripon. Oh, is that in Lancashire?
Is it? I thought it was somewhere just around London.
Yorkshire.
Hey, there we go.
Yorkshire.
The North gets a point in.
Thank goodness. It's in the West Riding of Yorkshire.
Okay.
Historic West Riding.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ripon Racecourse, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And it's the third smallest city and the smallest in Yorkshire.
Oh.
Yeah, Ripon. I don't know why. Why did I think Lancashire? Maybe there is a Ripon in Lancashire.
Oh, maybe.
No, maybe not.
No. Number 7 is Cambridge.
Cambridge.
We all know Cambridge.
Yes. Yeah. The boat race.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Although
Cambridge
from what
University.
I've seen of Cambridge, I don't know that I'm necessarily interested. I mean, it looks all right. There's a lot of nice places to visit in Britain, though. So, I think the next one is the only place in the top cities that I am not 100% sure about. St. Albans.
St. Albans.
Is that in Scotland?
No.
Oh gosh, another one we have to look up.
Yeah, no.
There we go.
It's
he doesn't know where all the cities
Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire. I know the place is St. Albans, but I don't exactly know the counties.
And where's Hertfordshire?
It's one of the home counties, which is around London.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, we know it's a... Okay, yeah.
It's a home county, yeah.
Okay.
They call the home counties as the ones around London, like Sussex and Surrey and Hertfordshire and Bedfordshire.
Yeah. I don't know what there is to see in St. Albans, but...
There's a cathedral there.
It's number... Of course there is.
There's a cathedral.
It's quite hospitable. It had 57 hospitality and amenity points.
Well, there we go.
42 culture and heritage points. And 69 transport points. But, I suppose it would be that close to London.
Yeah.
Yeah. 53 nature and green space points. I just think nature and green space points is such a weird thing to give. Like, I don't know that I've ever been to anywhere in Britain that didn't have a lot of nature and green space. I know I talk all the time about there's no trees, but that's just like...
There's no trees at all, and they've cut them all down. It's all concrete.
But the trees are in the green spaces, and there are green spaces. It's
very green grass.
There's just not a lot of trees, like, on the streets where the houses are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, people don't have trees in their yards a lot of the time. Yeah.
Oh, no, that would be an insurance problem, like high winds or something like that might knock a branch into them.
Probably.
Like,
no, probably.
And there's no sun.
You just made me think there's no sun.
There's no sun in Britain.
The sun only shines on the green spaces, not in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
No, you just made me think, though. Maybe that might have been a thing that the Victorians were like, get all these trees out of here because we don't need the roots growing into the pipe system and stuff.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah, I can see that being a very Victorian
just
kind
put
of
the
thing.
trees where no one lives. Just put them in, like,
they can
areas.
go visit the trees.
They can go visit the trees and the animals can live there.
Yeah.
And it'll be very nice for them.
Yeah. Number 5 best city to visit is Edinburgh.
And Edinburgh, yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it.
I do love it.
Love it. I love it.
I find it so interesting that it's so much higher than London.
Ha!
I think it's quite similar to London, but just like
it's
a Scottish version.
It's vibes, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got a bit of a
Edinburgh
London
vibes.
vibe. It's so good, yeah. I do love it. Next on the list, number 4 is Oxford.
Oxford, yeah. We haven't been there, but we need to go there.
We haven't.
We were thinking about going there because we didn't pass through it. We were close to there when we went to
yeah, we were going to make it a route to come through somewhere.
Yeah.
On one of our excursions.
The next time we go back, we'll go to Oxford for you.
Number 3 is a place we visited many times on this trip. Have a guess.
Bristol?
Yes.
We visited it many times. Because, I mean, it's kind of at the gateway to South Wales.
It was a gateway for us.
Yeah, because, I mean, you get... When you want a train to get out of, like, South Wales, it's inevitably going to go through Bristol.
Yeah.
So that's where...
A funny thing about
Bristol...
Bristol
And it's so funny because, you know, when we went to Paddington and all that, we got the train to, like... We were getting the train into Wales.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was rushing to it, and it was packed, and we had standing room only.
Yeah.
And we were smushed together. I said, all of these people are getting off at Bristol. There's a bunch of teenagers here.
Yeah.
Or, you know, students.
Yeah.
Looking people. They're going to Bristol University. We're going to get a seat.
Yeah.
But it won't be for like 2 hours.
Like,
and of course,
yay.
when Bristol, you know, we pulled into Bristol Parkway or Temple Meads, I think it was Parkway.
Parkway, yeah.
They got off the change to go to Bristol Temple Meads.
They did. Number 2 is a place we haven't been. Number 2 best city in Britain to visit. A place we haven't been, and a place I don't really know.
We can't find.
A place I don't really know why I want to go there, but apparently I do now. If it's the second best place in Britain to visit, Wells.
Oh, that's near Bath.
Is that
Bath and Wells?
Oh.
The Bishop of Bath and Wells, for all you Blackadder fans out there. Well, I mean, it is an actual bishop.
So it's a bit similar to Bath then, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. It's quite close. Yeah, it's in Somerset.
Huh. Yeah. Well, now apparently I need to look it up and I need to go there. And so what do you think the number 1 best city in Britain to visit is? Green spaces, transport, culture and heritage.
Bath.
Yes.
Yes, because there's so many. There are many green spaces around there.
The culture and heritage. I mean,
and they're only doing that because they filmed Bridgerton there anyway.
The thing about Bath that's funny to me is it was never really on my radar for some reason of a place that I really necessarily like needed to go.
It chucked down raining when we were there, but it was still great.
I really, really love Bath.
I like the vibe of Bath. I mean, I like the vibe of York. I can't believe York wasn't on there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, it was probably somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle?
Yeah. It was probably somewhere in the middle, but the culture and heritage in Bath is immaculate, though. You know, it's like, it really is like stepping back in time. I don't remember seeing any, like, modern buildings.
No, they're all kind of like from that Georgian period.
Yeah. It was so
and that's
good.
what they train off of. And of course the Roman baths as well, you know, that's decidedly earlier than the Georgian period.
Yeah.
But, you know, when the Georgian period came around, they were like, we've got to restore this. They had like a Roman kind of like retro active kind of thing, you know. They were all like, oh yeah, we've got to restore all this and make it look as Roman as possible.
Very Poldark. It's very Bridgerton.
Bridgerton-y.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good, and I would definitely like to go back there. Yeah, just the vibes were cool.
Well, I mean, Jane Austen is from there, so
everybody was so well dressed. Like it was really cool. It was so good. It was just like
we didn't have enough. We didn't have
enough.
We went to Torquay and we thought, oh, we'll stop off in Bath on the way back.
Yeah.
Because it's close to Bristol, you see. That's one of the No, you don't go through Bath. No. I think you skirt around it as you're going down to Stonehenge.
But but you can make it on the way. So it was like...
That whole area is like the Cotswolds by Bristol and Bath, and, it's like the edge of the Cotswolds. Yeah. There,
Mm. Yeah, I don't know why I never really... I don't know why. I don't know. I think I thought it was going to be like a tourist trap kind of a place. And so I was always like, if we go, we go. If we not,
but you like the vibe.
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it. I will never... I've never had such a wrong instinct about a place because it was just like, that was probably one of my favorite places we visited. And I definitely would want to go back at some point. But
next time we'll be driving through there, I think, though.
We'll drive around.
Because there's a lot of hills.
There's a lot of hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're getting older now.
This is on the transport list. I'm trying to think, what is the transport around there?
I mean, there's
that was
buses.
One of the categories making this the number one place. Buses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
I guess so. I mean, we just walked.
Horse and carriage.
We just hoofed it.
Horse and carriage, going up the hill, clip-clop.
They probably do have that.
Oh, well, yeah.
We didn't see it, but I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Anyway.
I think that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. Give us a follow on social media if you don't already. We are at TButty, TEABUTTY on all socials. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support. Yes. We love you guys very much.
Hopefully one day we'll do a Bath tour with them,
Oh, yes. That would be fun, actually.
That would be fun. We'd
just
go to
organize
Bath.
it. Everybody, come on.
Come on, let's go
Tours
to Bath.
This way, let's go.
Let's go. We'll have one of those
flags.
Like people like, oh yeah, because
that would be kind of fun, actually.
You could be the tour guides.
Yeah,
you could hold the flag.
We just tell
it's
everything.
Like, well, I'm over here. Yes. You can just 15 minutes to look around, and then we're just going off.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of walking tours in Bath, and
oh yeah,
obviously in every city,
Yes. Anyway.
Anyway.
Thank you all for being here. We'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.